Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was man, like on the side, like in the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when balling took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. You gotta watch to see how he responds. They'll complain, but these got a good life, man.
Oh shit.
A really good life.
There's no complaining over here.
Yeah. Lloyd Banks is very upset that this nigga has all his money. He has all of his money. Look at you.
When 50 Cent begins to lose its loyalty, it doesn't feel like an interview, and more akin to a hip-hop treatment session. He is discussing more than simply money or celebrity. He's analyzing how achievements shatter individuals from the inside out. 50 Cent says he first witnessed it with Gun. Just one dude gets his turn, the energy changes, and abruptly, the crew that before moved as one begins to move in a new instructions. However, he's pointing this time. Jim. That same lens at Dipset Cameron Joel Santana Jones. They possessed the style, the city, and the movement. However, everything changed when the balling hit. 50 stated as soon as Jim Jones began, he thought about Lloyd Banks when he took off. The same spark, the same hunger, but also the same strain. It's evident that he wasn't making a shot. He was researching the psychology of what transpires when one man's time has finally arrived. Right now, I'm about to show you this video. But before I do, all I need is for you to depart. Your opinions in the comment section below, area, and sign up. Now let's get started.
We had like a legend for the younger audience. We had like a rap battle thing at one time. And 50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page.
Right.
So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show. I'm like, so I'm sitting there like, this is kind of smoke, because I wouldn't have thought about reaching out to Yayo or Lloyd Banks. I'm like, niggas going public with this?
I'm like, yo.
What was your thought process behind saying, yo, you know what? Fuck the songs. How did this work? How did it go?
I was there. I'm in your horse and carriage video. I'm in the pool.
What? Oh, you know what? You told me this.
Your horse and carriage video.
You told me this before.
I was in the pool in the horse and carriage.
Wow, that's crazy.
So if you look, like when everybody's there,
right?
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was man, like on the side, like in the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when balling took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. You gotta watch to see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. Give me that. Give me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want him. We want you at the show, Jimmy. Yeah, but that was one of those things I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it, because it was like he was having a moment that not sure that was going to ever happen again at that point. And then he's going, for them, they had records that were, look, I always say this to certain artists, I go, damn, when is he going to have his moment? Like, Fab, I said this to him.
Mm-hmm.
I said, damn, but you really, I think his, cuffing season was that fun. But it wasn't it wasn't a hit like that, because it was talking exactly about what was going on at the moment. But the way he brought La Marina and all of the stuff, it was the hottest joint.
What was going on
in that summer.
Exactly at the time.
So I'm like, yo, I jumped on the remix because the director was going without us. Like, so I was like, yeah, nah, I'm
right.
I got you. I do that, and then like we performed that joint. How many times did we perform that record on tour?
Yeah.
Triple time.
Because it felt like a 50 Cent record to me. Like I was like, this is it. Like, but he didn't have like for a lyricist like a guy that's that intricate with the writing. He didn't have a full on moment that was like Fab's the nigga. Period. Right now, like he had a lot of hit records on R&B artists, like a lot of real hot verses that came, but it was on somebody else's joint.
Right.
It's like, look, Dirk's run is like that. Dirk's biggest records are somebody else's record that he's on, instead of his solo records by himself. Like the solo records make your hair stand up because they're talking some killer shit on there. But the records that really made them a success is usually a collaboration between him and another artist that they're working on. But I was looking, going, when are you going to have that moment specifically? And I know Jimmy was looking at that like it was someone else at the top of our culture acknowledging.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How you felt when Jim did that shit, Ken?
So it's over.
It's over.
No, because this what happened. So, like, you know, Fifth had sent niggas to my office with black roses and a little coffin. And I was like, all right, cool. Then I did the video. So I was like, all right, cool, this is cool. I remember this real talk. I was on probation at the time. My probation officer was like, come down to probation or we're going to lock you up on Thursday. I'm like, what the fuck I did? And New York City Intel was there. And New York City Intel said, what's going on with you and 50 Cent? I said, it's some music shit. What the fuck are you talking about? They said, well, this it just seems like it's one of me. I said, yo, he puts people out of business. I got to respond. That's everything I love. I told these niggas this. I'm like, yo, the man puts people out of business. You got to say something. Then one officer's like, yeah, he does, man. He does. So it's just on me. Y'all going to talk to him? They like, yeah, his flight is late. We're going to have a conversation with him, too. So the more the story is, like I said, Dipset at that time kind of really wasn't on the same page, but it wasn't public, external. Yeah. And I was like, maybe I could fix this shit before it gets out of hand. And that's where my mind frame was at. But then when niggas went on stage, I'm like,
yeah, that was Apollo.
This shit that spun out of nigga. It is a checkmate moment, which was, I said, this nigga's devious right here. Devious shit right here. But I respect it. I liked it, that shit. I liked it, that shit. Yo,
you gotta figure it out, because collectively, there would have been an issue. At that point, that momentum was there. So you got to look and go every time. Like I would look at it and say, how did I used to study Joe and them? I knew everybody in the background. That guy the third guy in the back on the corner. Yeah, they from Highbridge. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like this and that. Like I figured we knew all of them. Like so, if something happened, I could immediately respond to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we was in it was an award show. No, it was Chris Lighty's thing. With Joe and them crew was there. Pete and his mans they was going in before us, and they let Joe in and didn't let his people in behind him. And then when I came to the door, I was like, no, you gotta let them in. And it's like yeah, they was gonna let my entourage in, but they stopped a couple guys that was with him. But I'm knowing that this is like Pete and the other one
Rich, so my Rich or him and Rich.
Nah, not Rich. It was another one. It was he was gonna go. That was
Joe?
Yeah, I think he had a baby by Erica Mena. What was his name?
Oh, I think he passed away.
Yeah.
All right, copy. Yeah.
But he was one of the ones out of their little crew that they knew to go for. And I'm like, you don't want to leave them out here because it's gonna leave them off balance.
Right.
If his guys that really got him is not there, he's gonna be feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, I got them in. So when Joe looked to Pete and Pete go, nah, we good. It's good. He's like, nah, we good. He said, he got us in. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, he got him in. Because I'm like, if he was there and uncomfortable or balanced, he might have made a move that made me have to do something. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then that would have just fucked up the whole thing, because we was really there for the right reasons. Right. You know what I'm saying? With Chris and everything. Then
that's what's up.
So cool. It worked itself out.
Let me ask you something real quick before we go. Do you usually work on New Year's? Anyway,
Yeah. I get out. You know,
Work on New Year's, Christmas, his birthday.
no holiday.
Everything, nigga.
No holidays.
It don't stop, nigga.
No holidays.
I be feeling better about it. See, yeah, look, when you do decide you want to spend money or do you want to do some shit, just like what? No matter how random it is, it's fine because I've worked
Right.
all through. I've done everything to make it okay for me to be random.
Right.
That's the way I look at it, and then that's why I keep going. And then they'll complain, but these niggas got a good life, man.
Oh shit.
They got a really good life.
There's no complaining over here, nigga.
Yeah. Lloyd Banks is very upset that this nigga has all his money.
Here this nigga go.
He has all of his money.
This nigga go.
Look at
He's out.
He got to sustain his relationship.
Fifth, man. Yeah, I see. I see your man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. I said no. I don't know that, but I can tell by your face.
Yeah,
like,
you go.
Nigga,
Let's stay out of it, bro.
Yeah.
50 crazy, man. Stay out of this shit.
Let's be honest. 50 Cent's statement regarding the Lloyd Banks effect struck a deeper chord than most people understand, since it's not actually. It's about how difficult it is to maintain patience, understanding, and loyalty in a company that depends on ego. Not everyone moves at the same pace when success begins to accelerate. And it's all right. For my part, I will always offer Lloyd Banks his flowers. He is among the greatest lyricists in hip-hop history. The pin game is very good. Punchlines, structure, and flow. Banks never sought attention. He was trying to be exact. He's the kind of an artist who works silently, stops when he's ready, and vanishes once the project is finished. That's not a lack of gratitude. That's simply being deliberate. However, this is where many misinterpret it. When you're not loud or ostentatious in this game, some people think you've fallen off or turned your back on the group. However, that isn't always the case. Sometimes a person simply has a different rhythm. I believe that's precisely what transpired between Lloyd and 50 Cent Banks. Just two men moving on to two separate things, not betrayal or disrespect. Clocks for business, 50 for each machine. He shifted quick, combative, and always in charge. However, Banks is more measured, reserved, and strategic. In hip-hop, we've seen the same narrative 100 times. One man establishes the empire, while the other keeps the peace. Additionally, a breakdown in communication appears to be a betrayal. However, that seems like a simple case of miscommunication. For this reason, I consider Lloyd Banks to be the hip-hop equivalent of Kawhi Leonard. Sometimes you don't know what he is contemplating. He doesn't always explain his actions, but when it's necessary to perform, he focuses and gives it his all. Like Kawhi, he may also irritate those who desire updates or steady vigor. However, the outcomes cannot be disputed. He is reliable. He is competent. He's prioritized longevity over headlines, and I believe that 50 Cent is secretly aware of that. Even when he discusses the Lloyd Banks effect, you can see that respect is still present beneath it. He has observed direct experience of what happens to a crew without a communication plan when success strikes. It's similar to a test in chemistry. The strain of fame causes the fissures to appear. The gun passed through it. Dipset experienced it. It has happened to every legendary crew at some point. However, I enjoy the 1950s. I think it's not bitter. It is contemplative. He is dissecting hip-hop's recurring patterns. That's what makes this discussion worthwhile. It's not about assigning blame. It's concerning consciousness. Because once you see how timing and ego can change the crew, you begin to recognize how uncommon unity is in hip-hop. Lloyd Banks is worthy of admiration for maintaining his composure on his own terms. 50 Cent is deserving of recognition for creating an empire that provided a platform for the development of musicians like Lloyd Banks. Honestly, both parties fulfill their roles. The game is better for it since it provides future artists with a guide on what to do and what not to do when it comes to money. And loyalty begin to blend together. Thus, when the Lloyd Banks effect is discussed, I don't listen to that on a CD. I take that as a warning that you can't dash to greatness. You have no influence over how someone develops. Some artists desire the renown, some desire the art form, and occasionally the two routes just don't no longer line up. Because at the conclusion of the day, going at your own speed isn't betrayal. Self-awareness is what it is. Additionally, in a field that relies heavily on noise, quiet can be a move of power. Let me ask you then, this. Do you believe Lloyd Banks and 50 Cent will ever truly comprehend one another? Once more? Or are they simply constructed as well, distinct? And in your view, can independence and loyalty genuinely coexist? Does one always cancel in hip-hop? Out the other way? Tell me what you think in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe and like.